How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be planting some potatoes. I'm going to be planting the varieties Dutch Cream and Sebagos. So I just made 2 more new beds, and we got some soil last week. So it's fresh soil, but it's a really good mix. It's got lots of organic matter already in it, so I don't really have to work on it too much. It's a really good starting mix. So yeah, I'll be planting it in its own bed. So the potato bed will have a whole bed for itself. It's about a bit under 8 meters squared in total, and I'm going to be trying to fill it with as many potatoes as I can. Hopefully they can last us the year. So this is my potato bed here. So it's 1.7 meters in width and 4 meters long. So yeah, a bit under 8 meters squared in total. So yeah, I've got the varieties, as I said before, Sebagos and Dutch Creams. So I got 2 different varieties just because one's better for like mashing and the other better is for roasting. And we usually just do either mashed potatoes or roasted potatoes and also chips. Yeah, so now I have placed some of these potatoes like this, and it's already shooted. Now this is called chitting the potatoes. So I just get egg cartons, put the potatoes in there and put them in a sunny position. So then they'll start growing these shoots in a few weeks, and when they're about this long, probably about 1 centimeter or 2, that's a good time to then plant them. So what chitting potatoes does, it helps the potatoes to get a really good strong growth, and also it helps them to mature a bit earlier. Now I've already cultured this soil just to 1 spade's depth, just turning it over once. So it's already cultivated nice and deeply. It's loose, friable, and it's already got good amount, like lots of organic matter in it as well. So I won't be adding any manure or compost to the actual soil. But what I'm going to be doing right now, I'm going to be planting the potatoes in trenches, and they'll be running along this way. So, got to start digging. Now, I'm going to be planting them as deeply as I can. So that's why I'm making nice big deep trenches. I'll be planting the potatoes 40 centimeters apart, probably about that far apart, and I found that is the perfect distance. So really, one of the keys to growing potatoes is planting them as deeply as you can, because the tubers of the potatoes, they grow up the actual stem. So the longer the stem grows, the more potatoes that you'll get. Now this is the easiest part of growing potatoes. Taking the seed potatoes, putting them in the bottom. So I'm doing this planting them about 40 centimeters apart, 30 to 40. Hopefully I'll get around 5 in per row. And I'm also putting the eyes, or which are these shoots, facing upwards. And if they haven't chitted, you can just chuck them in. But I've chitted them and I want them to grow straight up. So I'm facing them up. So that's all of the Sebago potatoes. Now it's time to plant the Dutch cream potatoes. Just planting in the exact same way, throwing them straight in the hole. Straight in the ditch, actually. Now I've got some blood and bone right here. So what I'm going to do is give this a bit of a sprinkle just in the trenches, just so the roots have something immediately there that they can take up. Now I'm just going to be raking it all over. The potatoes are completely covered up. I've also got the sheep manure. Got 2 bags of this. I'm going to be spreading it just all over the top, and it'll act as a food source for the potatoes, but it'll also act as a mulch as well. Now again, I'm going to be adding some more blood and bone on top of the sheep manure. So what this does, as the sheep manure is quite tough and real hard, it's a bit harder to break down. So what it does, the blood and bone, once the blood and bone helps the sheep manure to break down. So when this gets watered in, it'll break up and soften the little sheep turds, and so all those nutrients will be like this just oozing mix of goodness that the potato roots will just suck up, and they'll give them really good growth. Now I have grown potatoes a few times before. This will be my third time of trying to grow them. But every other single time I grew them in pots or containers, or one time it was even ties. Now at first it looked like that they were going really well, but I actually didn't get much of a real good harvest from them. Got a few good sized potatoes. We got like last year, probably from each plant we got about 5 that were like this size, but they were still fairly poor. Last time we grew them in car tires, but grass roots invaded the whole area, robbed the plants of their nutrients, and so yeah, we didn't get a very good harvest. Also, in previous years I haven't been watering them enough, but we're gonna get lots and lots of rain in the coming few weeks, and so it'll give the potatoes off to a really good start. So I'm going to be constantly feeding them because I want to make sure that we get a really good harvest this year. For me, there's just something about growing potatoes, because all the other plants, you know, like tomatoes or broccoli or just cucumbers, all those other plants, they grow on top, so you know exactly how they're doing. But that's the magical thing about growing potatoes. It's all underneath the soil. You can't see what's going on. So when you harvest them, it's almost like I'm wrapping a present on Christmas. I just love it. So this should be ready in about probably 4 months maybe. The potatoes, they'll start sprouting, they'll be germinating in probably a few weeks. As some of them, they've chitted, so Dutch cream and Sebago, that's right. The Sebagos, they'll be up earlier than the Dutch creams because they were chitted. They chitted successfully, and yeah, so then those should be all ready in about between 4 and 5 months, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully we get a really good harvest. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions or questions, pop them in the comments box below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you like the video, please leave a thumbs up, and please subscribe as well. I'd really appreciate that. Alright, catch you later. See ya.